Hello, Derived Energy here. Today I'll be talking about how technology will not be mankind's salvation, and I mean this in relation to the Pollyanna blinkered view that somehow technology will be able to magically create a utopian world in which people no longer suffer or harm or any negative conscious state. And I thought a good way of presenting this would be to show you some nouns or objects and show how they can be used in a manner in which they were not originally designed. So let's start with the fairly harmless and innocuous looking object, that is this bar of soap. You could use this, you could rub it into a lather and apply it to someone's eyes, and that would hurt like an MF. Got a shaving razor. You could take the razor out and use it to lacerate flesh. You can use these keys to gouge out someone's eyes. You could use a towel to suffocate somebody. This watch represents time, and you could incarcerate somebody for long periods of time, and that would be an extreme torment. This banknote represents money. You can threaten to take money away from people, you know, and manipulate them into doing something that they don't want to do. This represents sex, and sex can be used to again manipulate people or to humiliate them, and most harmfully of all, it can be used to procreate and therefore bring about more sentient beings into the world who will consequently suffer as a result of your procreation decisions. I look around my room, I see a brick wall. You could put somebody in a building, detonate the building, and the wall would collapse and crush the person to death. There's a mirror over there. You could smash that and use the shards to cut and lacerate flesh. I mean, just about everything I can see or touch or think of, it can be used for, you know, evil purposes, purposes that inflict harm and suffering on other people or on other animals. And of course we are animals. So my point is, you know, any technology, almost all technology, can be used for, you know, horrific purposes. And the more complicated the technology gets, the more scope there is to use that technology for evil, harm-inflicting, suffering-inducing ways. You know, I mean, the internet is a prime example. It's a very complicated piece of kit. You know, and let's think about for a second how the internet has been used by many people. You know, it's been used to send hate mail to other people, you know, to deride and put down others, you know, for propaganda purposes. It's been used to scam people. The internet is absolutely teeming with Trojans and worms and viruses that can be used to extract information about people's bank accounts and such forth. So some of you say, well, we will use technology, you know, okay, there's no God. Well, technology will be our new God. We'll just pursue technology, you know, and everything will be alright. But it won't be alright, because you're putting technology in the hands of evolved primates. And just look at our track history. We just exploit everything we come into contact with. And we need intelligence to develop these technologies, but increased intelligence does not create increased morality or standard of ethics. You know, in fact, the more intelligent you are, the more you can look at technology and think up of ways that you can use technology to inflict harm and suffering on other people. So that's just the point I wanted to make there. A nice short video.